Assalamu alaikum to everyone. I am Shaukat Ahmed Hajam, research scholar at Department of Commerce, University of Kashmir. I am working under the supervision of Professor Dr. Muhammad Shafi. Professor Dr. Muhammad Shafi is presently head Department of Commerce, University of Kashmir. He also holds the additional charge Director of Career Planning and Counseling. Let me introduce my research area, which is about how to tackle climate change issue through climate financing mechanism. It is a comparative study between India and China. Everyone knows that the world is facing climate change problem primarily by using too much conventional sources of energy in industries, transport, and in housing. India is facing climate change problem since last decade, which leads to less agricultural productivity, drought in many states, and less drinking water availability. As per Niti Aayog in 2018, 40% of Indians will have no access to drinking water by 2030. Taking the world to a low carbon path with reduced greenhouse gas concentration is a costly affair. It requires large scale investments. The World Economic Forum projects that about 5.7 trillion will need to be invested annually in green infrastructure by 2020, much of which will be in today's developing world. Unfortunately, the developing nations do not possess enough resources to undertake these massive investments. This is where climate finance comes. Definitionally, climate finance refers to financing channeled by national, regional, and international entities to support mitigation and adaptation actions that reduces greenhouse gas concentrations and create resilience among the people. Climate finance is divided into two major climate change interventions: mitigation climate finance and adaptation climate finance. As per India's nationally determined contribution, India would need around 206 billion US dollars between 2015 and 2030 for implementing adaptation actions in agriculture, infrastructure, forestry, fisheries, water resources, and ecosystem. Another study conducted by Asian Development Bank in South Asia on assessing the costs of climate change adaptation indicates that India would need around 7.7 billion US dollars in energy sector alone for adaptation cost in 2030. The report also projects the economic damage in India from climate change to be around 1.8% of its GDP annually by 2050. Mitigation requirements are even more enormous. As per Niti Aayog, mitigation requirements would cost around 834 billion US dollars in 2030 till 2030 at 2011 prices. Another estimate, as per India's nationally determined contribution, India would need at least 2.5 trillion US dollars for meeting India's climate change actions between now and 2030. Now I will move to my research paper. My research paper is about renewable energy investment trends towards a low carbon transformation and climate resilient growth. It is also a comparative study between India and China. We have already published this research paper in Business Review. Business Review is a journal of School of Business Studies at Kashmir University. We are taking two developing nations, that is India and China, in this research paper. India and China is also the largest emitters of carbon dioxide as per Global Carbon Project in 2020. In this research paper, we are reviewing and evaluating the investment trends in clean energy in India and China from 2004 to 2018, and also we also makes a comparison between the two developing nations, that is India and China. We have also identified the factors that promote sustainable renewable source and technologies related to transport sector that leads to a low carbon development and climate resilient growth in India and China. In this study, we have also analyzed the investment trends in clean energy through FDI inflows in India from 2004 to 2018. That is it from my side. Thank you.